Okay, we're going to do a little video. What happened is I shot a black bear, oh god, like 2 months ago now. I don't remember. This is early September. This would have been late June. It's not a huge bear, but a nice bear. And I salvaged all the meat, canned all the meat up because it's summer and they don't have refrigeration. Salvaged the hide and the skull. And today what we're going to do is we're going to glue the skull back together, because what happens is they fall apart. They fall into three pieces, the jaw's in two pieces, and I did have a upper canine come loose. Probably have to glue that back in. And I did lose some teeth in the front. What happened was I basically just put the skull in a bucket of water and let it just rot basically. And after you leave it there for like a week, you just pour it out and everything just kind of slides right off the skull. Well, I left it in a little longer than I normally do. I just got busy with stuff. And what happened was when I dumped it out on the ground far, far away from the cabin, because it was Hurl City, that thing was so disgustingly rank. The teeth fell out, some of the teeth fell out, and rummaging around in a bunch of rotten flesh for some teeth just was not in the cards for me or for you. So I said, well, we're just going to make do with what we got. So I did. Brought it home, and it's just been sitting there drying out ever since. And what we're going to do now is we're going to mix up some epoxy. I'll probably not videotape that because it's probably just too exciting for you. I want to spare you that. And then we'll glue it back together and let it cure. And I'm going to cut a slab off of a birch round to make like a plaque for it. And we're going to do that and just hang it on the wall. And this isn't so much like a tutorial kind of stuff. It's just like, this is me and this is me doing stuff at the cabin, which is what this, I guess this channel's all about. So let's get started, shall we? Okay, well, here is our skull. I've kind of got it put together just a little bit just for show and tell. Unfortunately, our epoxy is not the proper color. I'm going to have to be very careful. I'm not known for careful. That is not kind of a word you use around me. But the first thing we're going to do is I will have to reglue. First thing we're going to do is we've got to put this, well, that might stand. It might stand. Some of my teeth are loose. I did lose some lower molars and all of the front teeth, unfortunately. But when I dumped it out on the ground, I was not thinking, and of course it's like, it was out in the woods and I just could not find those teeny tiny little teeth. So we're just going to have to do without. I'm going to start by gluing together the lower jaw, and you can see it's all kind of, can you see that? Got all these like indentations and protrusions and stuff. And if I can see my camera and do this at the same point, it fits together just one way, and that should lock together right there like that. But I'm going to put it in the skull to be sure. You've got these little, this is the hinge right here, and it fits in right here on these side. This is the hinge for, like, you know, opening and closing the mouth kind of stuff. So what we're going to do first is I need to find a way to prop this up so it doesn't flop around. Here, hold on. My dog is right here. She wants very much to eat and chew on this skull till there is nothing left of it. And I am not going to let her do that. My skull. My skull. Okay, let's do that. Are we in frame? No, we're not. Okay, we're going to get the epoxy out of the way and move everything down. My big tripod is occupied, so we're just going to have to make do with this little tabletop one. Yeah, that'll work, I guess. Oh, my dog just went listening to see if there's something in the area. I guess not. We're going to see if this little nail that I used to mix the epoxy will work. I'm not going to put it too close to the edges. Oops, sorry. Because I don't want it to show, because even if I wipe it off, I don't think I'm going to be able to wipe it off all that well. We won't worry too much about the inside, but am I getting this in frame? I can't see. I can't see around my camera. There we go. There we go, just like that. I'm going to hook it in those little hooks right there. Like that. Let me take a look through the viewfinder. Ta-da! I'll probably have to take that upper canine out. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to very carefully take it out before it sets up and put some epoxy in where the joint goes, where the hinge goes for the lower jaw. Just out of here, because I'm only going to get really one shot at this. Group the epoxy in on the inside. Whoop! Uh-oh! I'm making a mess. I'm making a mess out of everything. That's what we're known for. Just do that. Yeah, I wished I could have saved those teeth. I just was not thinking. You know, I had it in a bucket of water, letting everything deteriorate, and the flesh was all soupy and starting to come off the skull and everything. And I took it out in the woods, away from the house, because it was really stinky. And without even thinking, I dumped the bucket over, and out pops the teeth, the front teeth, and the one canine. And then, oh man! But the grass and everything that was on the ground was such that searching for it was just not an option. Okay. Whoop. Alrighty. Should be a good connection, huh? Right there. Now I have to put this in a place other than this. I'm going to have to move this inside. But that should set up. We're just going to let that set up. Hopefully that's enough. And I don't want to overdo it, I guess. Should I give it another shot just to be on the safe side? Maybe I should. Let's see if we can pull it out of there before it sets up. Yeah, let's give her some more. Let's give her some more. We don't want it falling apart. Hitting the floor. I wonder if they make skull-colored epoxy. This is a little female that came into the area, and because of the chickens, oh, I splattered a little. I knew I could do it. Came into the area and, oh man, oh man, there we go. There we go. I told you. I knew I could make a mess. So press our jaw back together, and there we go. I'm gonna let that sit up a minute. And, supposed to set up in about. Okay, we're gonna go over to our little wood pile we got going on here. Here's this big birch round. I'm gonna cut a slab off it. Actually, probably the second slab. This is getting kind of gnarly, although I could probably use the this side of it. Hey, baby girl, are you helping? Are you helping? She's never. Still looks okay. Kind of rough on this side, but we'll make her work. Pretty even. And we drill a hole upwards this way. You see that? And then I'm going to put a screw in the wall, and that will serve as like a mounting hole. And we need to put it in as deep as possible at an angle because we do have earthquakes up here. And I don't want it to still see that? I don't want to go all the way through, right? So I got to be careful not to go all the way through. Let me see if I can kind of get an idea of how. Okay, I've got a screw mounted on the wall over there. I'm going to go try that and see if that works. Okay, well, our hole is correct enough. I think it'll hold pretty secure. Now I have to drill and put a screw in the center right about there. I have to figure out where exactly I want it. I got to go get the skull, and we'll do that quick. And then we should be ready, almost ready to mount. Okay, here's what we're going to do for mounting. These two holes right here go all the way up into the skull. I did not have enough screws to where I could just, or nails that were long enough to drive them into this board here and then just kind of bend them until I could fit them up in there. So this is my extra, my solution. So these are up in there. They're going to be hanging. It's going to be hanging this way, so they're not going to pull out. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little piece of wire and wrap it around one side, make a little loop, wrap it around the other, and then we're going to hang that on the screw. So it'll basically look, you know, kind of like that at the end. What do you think of that? Think that'll work? I think that'll work. Okay, you can see we've got our little drywall screw in there. See that? Ta-da! And here's our piece of wire. I don't know how much it's going to take, but I'm going to make a loop. Whoop, too deep. And it's pretty stiff wire, so we're not going to need to really wrap it too many times. And then I think about there should work. It's very important to remember that when you buy epoxy, make sure that it is skull colored. That's the new default. Never buy, there we go. Never buy epoxy unless it is skull colored. And what do you think of that, children of the corn? Can you see that? Let's move this back a little bit so you can. There we go. My dog is right there. She's wanting this skull really bad. But there you have it. Let's go try to find a place to put this, and we'll wrap up the video. Okay, well, it's a dark, rainy day, and I can't turn any lights on without firing up the generator, and I don't want to do that. My battery operated lights are just not enough. We got it up on the wall. It looks a little high on the plaque, and I'm going to move it down a bit. Had to move that one photo over. As you can see, the wall, I apologize for the wall. That wall used to be the exterior of the cabin. This is cabin number 1, and there's no, as you can probably see, there's no inside wall either. There's no siding or anything like that, or any paneling or anything yet. We're working on that, but it's still kind of a work in progress. You can still see some wiring over here that's exposed. We're just gonna leave that for now and close up this video, and we'll actually do a video on the putting up the interior walls soon, I promise. Oh boy, the gnats have sure come out. I mean, the mosquitoes are pretty much gone, but the gnats are really, this is like their time of year anyway, and they're just annoying enough. But anyway, that's the video. Hope you thought it was mildly interesting, a little bit okay, I guess. Gives us something else to hang on the wall. You know, you're always looking for stuff to like make it homey kind of stuff. Of course, you have to have like traps and snowshoes and all the other good stuff. But that is it. And I don't know why I'm winded, other than I haven't made a video in a long time, so I just don't know how to control my breath in front of the camera. But that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Since I got you here, before you go, I'd appreciate if you'd stop by my little online store. I got a lot of really weird, like Alaska-y type stuff. Mugs and travel mugs and t-shirts and hoodies and stuff like that. A lot of Alaska themed stuff, a lot of country themed stuff like fishing and hunting and all that other good garbage. If you stop by and take a look at stuff, I would appreciate it. I do have my signature mug is actually, it's always on sale, so you'll recognize it when you see it. I don't have it here, it's somewhere. I just have this one right now, but trust me, you'll know it when you see it. It's always on sale. If you would buy one of those, you would literally be saving my life. Anyway, I really appreciate it. I gotta go. It's almost time to take Coxie on our walk in the afternoon here, and we will see you on the next one.